My own view is there is another agenda. It's an agenda to try and attack the Prime Minister, which I don't agree with. I mean, because although I don't agree with Rwanda, I think there is a basic need for loyalty here to a Prime Minister who is doing his best. But frankly, we've allowed ourselves to we've walked into this trap. We've got ourselves into a real mess with this.
Are you concerned by the division within the Conservative Party over this bill? I wonder whether these amendments, whether all the debate over it is going to be worth the amount of time and hassle.
Well, I don't think so. And as a former immigration minister, I wouldn't be really putting Rwanda in such an obsessive situation, putting the party at great risk at this time, putting government at great risk, when in fact, even if the government's proposals get through, and remember, not only have they got to get through the House of Commons, but they've got to get through the House of Lords next as well. And that will be a totally different story. But even if they got through, the problems in implementing this particular policy don't go away. And as I said, as a former immigration minister, and indeed as a former whip in the John Major government, I'm really worried that, in fact, the party is picking a fight within itself, which actually is destructive and where, frankly, there aren't going to be any winners here.
What is your suggestion? Do you support the bill in its current format?
No, I mean, I have to say, I don't think this is a good bill, because I think it endangers our international legal reputation. I think that it is difficult to work it. And we've already had an agreement. As you know, we signed an agreement with Rwanda some time ago. We spent a lot of money in Rwanda. And the net effect so far is that part of that agreement is that we will take asylum seekers from Rwanda, as well as them taking asylum seekers from us. So far, I think we've got about 20 of their asylum seekers in Britain at the moment.
Well,
when we haven't
6
sent
have had asylum
to
granted, haven't they? Since we signed that agreement with them, the I-paper revealed that
Yes,
6.
and I mean, actually, to be fair, we should be nice to the Rwandans on this, because the Rwandans are muttering at the moment that if we can't get our ducks in a row here, they're going to pull out of the agreement anyway.
Yeah. So
but look, Kate, I've just got to make it quite clear.
Go on.
I'm not criticizing the fact that the government has actually changed its position on immigration. It has actually done an enormous amount in the last few months, which would help to stop the boats, would help to get illegal immigration on a better footing altogether and deal with it. They've done a lot of things with the Albanians, they've done things with the French, they've got more officials now working and so on. And that is exactly the way we should be developing it. And we can do an awful lot more than we have done in those areas, using the money that otherwise we're using on this Rwanda exercise, which, as I said, is flawed, which has divided our party dramatically, which actually, it's very sad, but we've got a situation where our own Conservative MPs are fighting at each other. My own view is there is another agenda. It's an agenda to try and attack the Prime Minister, which I don't agree with. I mean, because although I don't agree with Rwanda, I think there is a basic need for loyalty here to a Prime Minister who is doing his best. But frankly, we've allowed ourselves to we've walked into this trap. We've got ourselves into a real mess with this. And I don't think the public are particularly impressed with it.
Yeah, walked into a trap. That's a strong line. Look, and I'm going to have to be very, very brief with you here, but I presume you will give it your full rigour. If it gets through third reading tomorrow, goes to the Lords, you will adhere your full rigour to it.
Look, I will do that as a former immigration minister, as a lawyer, and also someone who really does have the positive future of my party in my heart and my mind.
Okay.
And, this is all I can do, isn't it?